Many African societies are highly religious, and for centuries, these societies have established deep connections with numerous deities for various reasons, chief among them being protection. Beyond protection, many African societies worship deities for fertility, good harvest, wealth, prosperity, strength, and victories in war. It is for these reasons that many African societies designated certain parts of their lands for the establishment of sacred groves, which serve as abodes for these deities. In some African societies, these deities are celebrated through festivals, a practice that has endured for centuries. These festivals and sacred groves have been preserved by successive generations for continuity. In today's episode, we bring you one of West Africa's most famous sacred groves, located in the southwestern part of Nigeria in Yorubaland, the Osun-Òṣogbo Sacred Grove, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Osun-Òṣogbo Sacred Grove represents an intersection between spirituality and an artistic expression, bringing the spiritual world into physical form. Situated along the banks of the Osun River, just outside the city of Òṣogbo in Osun State, Nigeria, the centuries-old grove is one of the most renowned sacred groves in Nigeria. As a vibrant center of Yoruba spirituality and creative expression in southwestern Nigeria, the site welcomes thousands of worshippers and visitors every year. The grove remains one of Nigeria's most precious cultural treasures. It is regarded as the spiritual heartbeat of Yorubaland and is revered as the abode of Osun, the Yoruba goddess of fertility, water, love, and prosperity. The Osun River meanders through the protected area with sanctuaries and shrines erected along its course. In the 1960s, the new sacred art movement reignited efforts to protect the grove, adding modern sculptures to complement its spiritual significance. The story behind the Osun-Òṣogbo Sacred Grove is rooted in Yoruba oral tradition and mythology. According to legend, the river goddess Osun appeared to the founders of Òṣogbo led by a brave hunter. Over 600 years ago, the hunter discovered the grove when his community at Ikpoleomu struggled to find water. In search of a better settlement, they moved downward and found the Osun River. Unknown to them, the goddess Osun had established her own kingdom within the grove. When they began clearing trees and bushes to settle by the river, a tree fell into the river. Suddenly, a voice cried out from the water, lamenting that the fallen tree had broken all her tie and dye pots. Terrified, the settlers promised the goddess that if she blessed and protected them, they would celebrate her. Receiving assurance from the goddess, they established their settlement on the river banks, hence establishing a sacred covenant with her. The grove today serves as a tangible expression of Yoruba cosmology and divinatory systems, a place where the spiritual and natural worlds visibly intersect. It remains a crucial pilgrimage site, attracting Yoruba people across Nigeria and the diaspora seeking connection to their heritage and spiritual roots. The 190-acre grove contains dozens of shrines and sacred sculptures that serve as focal points for devotional activities. The goddess Osun does not dwell in the grove alone. She shares the space with other deities. Each shrine within the grove has its own unique story. Notable shrines within the grove include the Iyamopo. Iyamopo was the guiding deity of the entire grove, alerting inhabitants of impending dangers in earlier times. She also taught Òṣogbo women tie and dye techniques, an economic activity that has thrived in the area for centuries. Iyamopo is described as possessing wings and long legs, able to both walk and fly. The grove also houses the Ogboni Shrine, which venerates the beauty of nature. The grove's protection and revival owes much to certain key individuals, including Suzanne Wenger, an Austrian artist deeply immersed in Yoruba culture, and later became known as Aduni Olorisa. She collaborated with local artists of the new sacred art movement to resist land encroachers, repelling poachers, as well as protecting shrines and restoring the grove's spiritual and physical integrity. Another person worth mentioning is Adebisi Akaji. Adebisi Akaji is one of the most celebrated artists who contributed to the sculptures at Osun-Òṣogbo, working for nearly 50 years to maintain them. The site's artistic impressions are preserved by skilled local sculptors and artisans, many inspired by the Osun deity. The spiritual life of the grove culminates annually in the colorful Osun-Òsogbo Festival, held over 12 days in July and August. This internationally renowned event is more than a celebration. It reenacts and renews the mystical bond between the goddess, the Atauja, traditional ruler of Òṣogbo, and the people. The festival showcases living Yoruba cultural traditions through drumming, dancing, elaborate costumes, praise poetry, and sacred rituals. Perhaps one of the festival's most distinctive features is the Aruba, a virgin maiden of royal lineage who carries a sacred calabash containing sacrifices and the community's prayers in a procession to the main Osun shrine. Her journey symbolizes purity, hope, and the bridge between human and divine realms, strengthening the community's sacred covenant with Osun. The Osun-Òsogbo Sacred Grove is a place of spiritual cleansing, healing, and warmth for those who believe in its cosmology.